Okay, I think I'm streaming. Yes, I'm streaming. Wicked. Okay, now let's work on the remote camera here. What I'm doing is I've penciled in a. Oh, here, let's go back and look at my big ugly face here. Push the desktop camera. The camera. There it is. Okay, so I am going to go over a penciled layout, which is over my handy dandy Kablam template. I downloaded from Kablam because I want my trims and I want my margin to be right and all that hoo-ha. So what I'm doing is I'm correcting a mistake I made earlier. When I first sat down, excuse me, I laid a bunch of pencils down on the wrong layer. So I've now added a layer and I've now focused on that layer. Holy cow. I mean, what kind of idiot? Hey, we've all done it. We've all done it. We've all gone in and got the wrong layer, unless you're using a pencil and a piece of paper. And sadly, I've got the palsy in my right hand. With a shaky hand, you got to have instant undo. Just doesn't work on paper like it used to. I prefer paper. I will take it every time. But with shaky hand, it messes up my day. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop over here to the remote camera. The remote camera by way of this here super cool button. Bazinga! Yes, sirree. I think I may move the super cool remote camera right about there. Yes, sirree. Now, that's almost good. That's almost good. All right. Now, I want this to stand out a little bit, so I'm going to use my studio pen. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay these lines down in ink in this separate layer. I would have preferred to kept it in pencil because I enjoy my pencils. I enjoy my pencils. This is what I do for enjoyment. I draw. I don't know what you do for enjoyment, but I hope you're enjoying what you do for enjoyment. I really do. Oh, I may be getting too hot here. Let's see. Let's pull this down just a little bit. I don't have a monitor on, so I can't hear myself. I hope that's okay. If it's fuzzy, I'm sorry about that. It will be corrected eventually, someday. All right, we'll put that right there. And, oh, you can't see. Gotta use my eyes and my brain. I'm very new at this. I am not a huge YouTube type of person. I don't normally do performance art for the sake of doing a instructional video. I do better in front. When I do talks, I usually do them in front of live human beings. That works so much better for me. I cannot stand conference calls. I cannot stand Zoom calls. Who came up with this? I digress. It's the best we can do with what we got. But jeez, what a way to get by in life. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I don't think I meant to do that. Maybe I did mean to do that. I did something. Okay. This is the most often used drawing tool for me. I can't really bring myself to lay a straight edge down across my beautiful high dollar iPod, pad, thing, best word in Lord of the Rings, thing. Let's zoom in here and take a peek. Totally missed that line. Totally missed it. You know, that is not going to pass the OCD test of the day. Having a now smaller iPad. This used to be the big Kahuna iPad. It is now the not quite as big Kahuna. But it does the job. And if you can rotate that piece of paper digitally, it will work. Now, if y'all run out and get yourself an iPad, or the Android version of that, or the Wacom version of that, whatever, you cannot do better than the Apple Pencil, in my opinion. But Apple should be spanked for not including this little cushy thing on the pencil. They should be spanked. This thing will cause arthritis if you don't already have it. Nonsense. I always tell people to enjoy their hobbies. You need to enjoy your hobbies. Go enjoy them. Well, I'm only running at like 2.7 decibels. Is that loud enough? My neighbors was up a good 10 decibels the other night. That was awful. Knocking me off the radio. Put this over here. And now let's go this line. This is an intro page. And I am shamelessly stealing, I think it is a 1980s Batman layout. It's far enough back, I don't even remember who the artist was. I mean, there are only 6 or 7 people it could have been, right? But as I'm fond of saying, this is the potatoes side of the meat and potatoes in comics. You gotta put your salt and butter on the potatoes. And sprinkle that around the plate, because you can't have pow and bazang on every page. You have to do pacing. The reader has to enjoy the flavors you introduce on the plate, metaphorically speaking. All right. Now I'm going to have some jazz go down here on the bottom. Don't worry about that. I just don't know what it is yet. The original artist did something like that, and the guy who stole it, I think, let me just go ahead. The guy who stole it may have been the guy who started this particular page layout. I think that was Todd McFarlane. Still back in the 90s. I'm thinking that may have happened over in Spider-Man. Wow, that is tugging at my brain hard. Not much left up there nowadays. The yeah, I can't recall who started that layout. It was quite nice. That it was just different. It was still 6 panels, but it was different. So in this case, you see 5 panels, but you got the bottom, so that acts as your 6th. Let me fix a line here. Go ahead and put that back over here. Bing. There. Someday I'll figure out OBS's hotkeys. I should do that. I really like OBS so far. I enjoy computering. I enjoy computer hardware. The Mac is not the only computer I use. I have a pile of different laptops behind me. I have many towers off on the floor. They all have a job of their own. Got some Raspberry Pis. They're doing their job, doing their thing. If you're ever interested in that, ask me about it. I will tell you. Tell you anything you want to know. Uh-oh, we got a funny looking thing. Current resolution is something else. Well, we'll have to come back to that. That's not important to me right now. All right, so I have fixed those couple of lines. It was giving me heartache. Let's turn off the template. And there we have that old Batman, Spider-Man layer. And I got spacing wrong. Can't live with that. But thankfully, where we got OCD, we got us a piece of graphics software toolery that will give us a little bit of forgiveness. The software I'm using is Procreate for iPad. I will move this camera right here. I will move that camera so that it's over my head. I just don't have a little widget to do that with right this minute. Yeah, that's almost right. Let's take out that little bitty drop of ink there. Who knew that even in a digital world, you will have pencil dust, eraser dust, and you will have drops of ink. I do it all the time. Wish I didn't. But like I said, I'm not a performance artist. I am a ink spitter. Okay. Now, now I've got a page layout. Now I have only now realized that I am not mirroring my camera. Okay, this is my right hand. So let's do this. There. That's more what it's supposed to look like. All right. I'm going to stop the stream and then come back and see how this worked out. Thank you for playing along. Go outside. Find a focus on something other than politics. There we are. Find a focus on something other than politics. Stay off Facebook. Stay off Twitter. Oh, just find your peace. Find your peace before you get on the socials. And I'll be back when I find the right button to click.